Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, how you guys doing?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome, guys, to the class. I guess I'll quickly remind them on the group chat.
Mama, shine on, shine on. Mama, shine on.
Hello, guys. I guess we just give like 2 minutes or so for us to join. I guess some are finding it difficult to join. So you guys are welcome to another day to learn how to get more knowledge about UIUX. Exciting what I told the guys that joined yesterday. I believe that we are finding it interesting. I don't know. So I believe you guys will be finding it interesting now. So I cover more things in UIUX. We keep learning, keep pushing to start designing, to start building cool stuff and UI UX designers. Right. So I promise I will do my own part. And I believe you guys should do yours too. So keep moving. Right. So how do you guys find the yesterday's lecture? It's like we are trying to buy time for others to join. How's it?
Yeah, good
Are we together?
afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for yesterday's class. It was amazing and interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, any challenge, anything you feel we should work on, or anything you feel we should better this, you can equally bring up your suggestion. Something about the suggestion. Okay, based on the recorded class, right, I've been having a little issue trying to upload it, but now I guess I've uploaded it. I will then send the link and drop the link on the chat. So maybe after the class, we could just, for those that were present in yesterday's class, you can just have a glimpse of what we did yesterday, what we did yesterday. Pretty much a basic introduction to UI UX design, what UI UX is all about. Let me check out this slide to have a quick recap of the quick recap what we did yesterday. I'll not always be doing this, right? It's our first lecture, that's why I felt to just do this once. I'll not be doing it. So just a quick recap. We talked about why we study UI design, understanding UI UX, different between UI and UX, right? What UI UX designers do, saw the different roles UI UX designers, and equally what UI UX designers do, stuff like that. The different roles as UI UX designers, key principles and methodologies, uh, concepts in UI UX design, concept will be coming through as UI UX designers, and tools and resources we'll be using as UI UX designers. So if by today, if you have enough time, we'll be looking at the tools we're using for design. So that is create an account and see how the environment is. Not create an account to see how the environment is. So you might not have a full overview of the software just to normal create an account and see how it looks like. So maybe after 2 days, because I've scheduled the lecture we'll be having for tomorrow and next. After tomorrow and next, then we'll start looking into our software and start playing around things, see how things work. For now, let's keep things basic. Let's grab some basic knowledge of design itself so we know what we are doing, right? So we saw types of UI UX designers. Uh, I guess once I drop the link, which I'll do a few minutes from now, you see it, see types of UX designers, levels, roles, and salary expectations of UI UX designers, and that was it. So today we'll be looking at something. I guess we've given them enough time to join. We've given people enough time to join. So those are not joined yet. Still 14. Let's see how it goes. Someone is raising his hand. Titilayo. Maybe he or she, I don't know. Want to say something, Titilayo?
Yes, sorry, someone's mic is not muted. So it's making what you are saying not clear. Someone's mic is not muted.
This was the first thing I told you guys in the class. Once you come to class, just mute your mic. It's that simple. I don't want to start muting people myself. It's very simple. When you come to class, once you are not talking, mute your mic. If you want to talk, you raise your hand. You big your chance to talk. You mute your mic and talk. It's a normal ethics. So you're not new to this, right? So, but today we'll be looking at something different. I believe by now all of us have a knowledge of what UI UX is. So if someone stops on the road and be like, okay, I heard they're learning UX, what is it? Can you explain? Someone has, okay, you want to say something, Lee?
Yeah, excuse me, please. You promised us the slide yesterday, and we didn't better get it to us. I'm going to get this
Oh,
today.
sorry for that. I will send that today. At the end of today's class, I'll send it. I was trying to have access, get access to the recorded classes. So I did that late. That's why I didn't upload it yesterday. But I've got that today. And today, once I'm done with class, I'll put the slide in class recording. So sorry for that. Sorry for the delay. I pray it won't repeat itself again. I promise. So today we'll be looking at another concept. Today is our day two. Still on the productive path to design. So we'll be looking at elements and principles of design. Elements and principles of design. Right. So we all know that every environment, every sector you find yourself in, right? they have the rules and norms that guide them. They have rules and norms that guide them. And if you want to if you want to be successful in that sector, right, you have to abide by those rules and norms that guide them. That's the same thing that is applicable to design. Yeah. So as a designer, we have rules that guide us as designers. Right? Have the elements that designers use. We have the principles that guide designers. So those elements are the building blocks that help designers mold their design. Let's just say it that way. The building blocks that help designers develop their design, bring their design to life, stuff like that. Then we'll see that the principles are those guidelines, they are those rules and regulations that we abide to bring those designs to life. So see the elements, see the elements of design like the building blocks, be it your cement, be it your water, your sand, and stuff like that, right? Those are your elements. While your principles are the norms that guide you when you are building. Okay, your principles could be you must mix your sand and cement, you must allow your bricks to dry before you start laying them. You must dig foundation, stuff like that. You get those are your principles. So these are the principles you use so these are the principles you follow, you abide to for your project to stand out, right? Let's say that you're building projects, you want to build a house. The elements are your snake, sand, water, and other elements and other stuff, right? Why your principles are those guidelines you have to obey to um, develop that your building, build that, learn to build that, right? I don't know how that's about it. So just understand that, right? So elements of design are the fundamental components that artists and designers use to create visual works. These elements aren't limited to one design realm. They are secret sauce in graphic design, web design, fashion design, interior design, and a whole lot more. Right. So these elements of design span across different realm or different parts of design. They don't just apply to UI UX design. They apply to interior design. They apply to fashion design. They apply to graphic design. They apply to anything design, right? They obey these elements and principles, right? They have these elements and principles. You see them properly. So if you know elements and principles of design as a graphic designer, know that it's just the same thing. If you've known them as a fashion designer, as an interior designer, just know that they are the same thing. Just that we now choose the ones we use in our different sectors. Design is just design, right? So now we have several commonly recognized elements of design, right? Several commonly recognized elements of design. We have the element of line, we have the element of shape, we have the element of form, we have the element of space, element of texture, element of value, and element of color. So if you're a fashion designer, you must be dealing with lines. A interior designer, you deal with lines, you deal with shapes, right? You deal with form. The same in graphic design, the same in architectural design, all those stuff, right? Any category of design, any sector of design you find yourself in, these are the elements you'll be working with as a designer. Although some contexts, you see that the elements are more than this, or because some of them are broken down. But these are the seven recognized elements of design: line, shape, form, space, texture, value, and color. Every designer deals with color, every designer deals with value, every designer deals with texture, deals with shape, deals with form, space, and line. Right? Can you guys see the screen? Sure, you guys are following.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so moving on.
we are following.
We have okay, number one, we have the first element, which is line, right? So we all know that we have different types of line. You have your horizontal line, your vertical line, your zigzag, curves, poly, like thin lines, thick lines, angles, and cross like other types of lines, right? Even dots, you can see that as a line. So those things are different types of lines. And you see that most shapes, or if not all the shapes, are made up of lines, right? Any shape you can think of is made up of a line. Once there is a stroke, once there is a dot, yeah, we've created a line. So it's now made for you to connect it to form the shape you want. If it's a square, it's made up of a line. If it's a circle, it's made up of a line. If it's a triangle, whatever shape you want, it is made up of a line. Lines, the fundamental building blocks of design, are formed by connecting a series of points. They are versatile tools capable of defining shapes, creating forms, and evoking emotion depending on their attribute, thickness, length, and direction. So from this page, you see that lines evoke different emotions, right? Lines evoke different emotions. Thick lines have what they represent. Thin lines have what they represent. Zigzag have what they represent. So just by merely looking at it, right, it evokes those type of emotions, right? There are some designs that would just require a calm thick line, a calm but zigzag, all those rowdy stuff, right? With time, you start getting used to these things and you start applying them, right? So you know that lines evoke emotions, whether bold or thick, to command attention, or delicate and thin to suggest subtlety. Lines are pivotal in establishing visual hierarchy and emphasis in composition. Beyond straight lines, designers can employ curved, zigzag, wavy, or dotted lines to craft vivid and dynamic visual compositions. So we've talked about lines. As we continue, we'll see how to use lines. I know we've seen lines in different contexts. Once you start designing, you see how to use lines, how you can use lines to create your focal points, how you can use lines to create hierarchy and other stuff, create emphasis and the rest of it, right? That's the use of line as one of the elements of design. Then another element you have is the element of color. Element of color. Even if you do without all the elements, you can't speak out color. Because color speaks a lot in design, right? Color is an element brimming with emotional and psychological nuance. It has the power to improve the wide spectrum of emotions and moods, making it a potent tool for designers. In addition to this, colors can be skillfully orchestrated to generate contrast and harmony within a design. Designers must carefully select colors considering the profound influence they have on how a design communicates with the audience. Tools like the color wheel can guide the choice, helping designers realize the interplay of contrasting and complementary colors or color combination, which can be skillfully blended to create harmonious color scheme, right? So, like I said, color is one of the elements you can't just do without. It evokes emotion too, right? I feel all of us are quite familiar with this colors evoking emotion because, okay, let's say someone is having making a funeral design, right? All of us we are quite familiar with it. Let me take it out of design, right? Once we're having a funeral, right, we know the type of colors to adopt. Once they're having a wedding ceremony, you know the type of colors people adopt, right? Once they're having a joyous moment and sad moment, this shows you how color goes out to evoke emotions. So that's okay, maybe stuff like funeral, you see them going for purple, black, stuff like that. While maybe joyous moments, you see them gold, white, and the rest of it, right? This is an example that colors evoke emotions. But why in design, you see that you will now have meanings for every color we choose, right? Before you choose a color, you have to um, actually think of the meaning or the concept behind that color and the reason why you should choose that color. Let's say I'm creating something, I'm creating let's say a bank app. Now I need to look for a color that represents trust, right? I guess trust is required for me to give you my money. I have to trust you. Stuff like trust, accountability, and stuff like that. So we have to look for colors that represent that. So that's how to that goes to show you that colors evoke emotions. Colors have a and they should be used in a way that okay it should evoke this particular emotion. It will have this meaning attached to it. I don't know if you guys are following. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Moving
we are
on.
together. But
Yeah, we'll be having a separate lecture on colors. There we will learn how to use colors. Where we'll learn how to combine colors, maybe how to harmonize colors from the color wheel. I don't know if you guys have heard of the color wheel. I guess from primary secondary school you get stuff like that. Primary colors, English colors, and tertiary colors. We do things like that. Primary school, I guess you guys did too. So we'll be having a deeper approach to it where we'll see the color wheel, we see different color harmonies. So from color harmonies, that's how we learn how to harmonize colors, how to combine one, two design. So if you learn your color harmony very well, it will be very easy for you to combine colors. Because some designers always complain that because I don't know how to combine colors, I don't know how to select colors, I don't know colors that work well, right? If you've been part of this design, you notice that selecting colors that combine or contrast each other it's not really easy if you don't have knowledge of color. But after this, I prayed, I believe that we'll not be having that challenge again because we know from the grassroots, right, from the basic points on how to combine colors. So after learning how to combine colors, I know it will be hard for us to select colors and combine colors that contrast each other to be very easy for us to do that, right? Because we've known the normal way colors work from the origin of colors, how colors came from the primary colors, then to the secondary colors, to the tertiary colors, and how to blend them together to give us what we want, right? We know how it works and know how to use them in our favor, right? So moving on, another element to have is value, elements of value. We see in the diagram, we see the dark, middle, and light, right? So value refers to the very of lightness and darkness in color too. It is instrumental in creating depth, contrast, and emphasis within a design. Designers often perceive value as a gradient ranging from the highest, represented by white, to the darkest, symbolized by black. Experimenting with these value gradients enables designers to conjure the illusion of light and three-dimensional form, thereby breathing life into their composition, right? So if you look at, I don't know, something that is so basic that will, okay, okay, let me give this real life experience. When you buy clothes, right? Let's say you buy a pair of t-shirts, you let's say you buy a t-shirt, right? That first time you got it, that first day, let's say it's black. You see that the black is blacking, right? The black is so shiny, black. Now, when that your black polo stays for like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you see that that black now start fading. I don't know if you guys have experienced something like that, right? So that clothes, the color will now start fading. That means it's losing its value. We always use this word even without knowing that it's an element of design, right? The black is now losing its value. The black, remember when you go to the first, it was so black, like it was so the black was shining. Now, over a period of time, when we wash, the black starts fading out. That's the same thing we have in design where you have a value, you can apply value to color and reduce how bright a color is or reduce the value of the color, stuff like that, right? We see these things come to play post that design. Just wanted to give a real life installation of this value, right? Because we follow. Then we have shape, and all of us know about shape, geometric shapes, organic shape, and abstract shape. Shape as a two-dimensional entity is defined by its boundaries, typically formed by lines or color contrasts. Shapes can take on two broad categories, geometric and organic. Geometric shape featuring precise and regular forms like circle, square, triangle, and rectangle convey stability and structure. In contrast, organic shapes inspired by natural regular forms such as leaves or clouds, book softness, and movement. The choice of shape within a design plays a important role in conveying specific meanings and emotions. So shapes are one of the things we can't just do without in design. Because when we start designing, right, okay, let's say you go to the website, you see elements of you see shapes there, right? There are some things that is surrounded by a rectangle. There are some things we put in squares like buttons. All those things are shapes, right? Even your fonts, those lines, they are created with shapes and stuffs like that, right? Those letters, there is nothing like letter. Letter is a combination of shapes to create a letter, a combination of lines and shapes to form a letter, stuffs like that. So just pretty much everything that we see is created from shapes. Both your pictures, those that are created from shapes and colors. If you zoom into a picture, if you zoom so deep into a picture, you start seeing blocks, pixels. Those pixels are combined to form with colors to form our picture and lines, right? So picture is not just you can't just pick someone's face and just draw inside a computer. Those things are created by shapes. So these things are the elements that make up anything you see on this, be it a picture, be it a text, be it whatever you are saying, they are made up of these elements of design. That's just the thing you have to have in mind, right? Now we have forms. Forms elevate designs to three-dimensionality, bringing physical shape and structure into objects. It encompasses an object's height, its depth, and overall shape. A form can take a geometric or organic characteristics. So just know that form is like adding a real life um feel to objects, right? So normally, if you draw a circle, draw a square, draw a triangle, they just look flat on screen, right? You draw them on screen, they don't look flat because they are made up with lines, right? They should look flat naturally. But when you add form to it, when you shade some parts or you add gradient to some parts, it now gives it that feel that looks three-dimensional. It looks like objects you can carry, right? If you're looking at this circle here, like this circle is looking like a real life, like a red circle that you can just lift. It has depth, it has height, right? If you look at this box, it's not looking like a box like and lift up. It's looking like a real life box. This one is looking like a real life cone, right? This is a cone shape, right? I don't know. So it gives real life depth, height to objects. That's the work of forms. Then we have space. Space is one element you can't do without in design because space defines your design. When looking at an amateur's work, a professional's work, it's very simple to spot because okay, amateurs can just draw some simple elements and principles, right? But you know that after going through this lecture, I believe that not believe this mistake, right? You see a work that is so close that let's say someone is designing a flyer, right? See that the person the new designer will just pack elements, pack all everything, pack this, everything, just make sure there's no space. For a professional that just design a flyer, just represent something to it, um, shapes, some icons, right? But that new designer will want you to notice everything, will want you to notice all the text. I know you guys have seen things like that. So space can be categorized into three fundamental MC, positive and negative space. So positive space is the area occupied by objects, while negative space refers to the empty space surrounding and between objects, right? So this is one thing that comes in play always in design, negative space, positive space. So the positive space is the space that is covered by objects. Let's say you have a rectangle, right? So inside that rectangle, there's a text inside that rectangle, and there's a picture inside that rectangle. So those parts that those picture and text is covering, they are called positive space. Why those empty spaces, right? That is not being covered by anything, it's called a negative space. So if you look at this diagram, this presentation, this slide, right? You see this house, this black place, the first diagram. You see the black place is covered by this house, this black house, right? Then this is a positive space. Then you see that empty space, right? You see all this empty space in between now. You can call this as you can call this your negative space, right? Then if you take a look at this house, you see the full place covered inside this house now. You see the door, the windows. You see that there's nothing like window that is drawn there. It's just space that forms that door and that window. The designer did not draw extra shape to place on this black shape on the window and the door. Just that there's a space in between here and there's a space in between the windows. That's what is forming that window and door. So we can use negative space to form you can use negative space to kind of create an illusion of things that are not existing, right? So if you look at some logos, like they make use of negative space mostly in logos to create concept. A logo like is it FedEx? I guess FedEx. If you look at FedEx logo, you see that they used a triangle, draw a triangle, right? So those that with one thing, think around this in the works. So, can you guys hear me?
Can't hear you again.
Yeah.
I can't hear you any longer.
Okay. Can hear you now.
Okay. So we talked about shape and space, then we have texture, then we have for texture, we have the principles of design. So texture, be it real or perceived through visual or practical means, adds depth, dimension, and interest to design. Designers can explore two distinct categories: physical texture and visual texture. So in texture, this like drawing out the real world view, right? Let's say if you look at a tree, you see how rough a tree is, right? You see how rough your table could be. So you design when you are designing, design in a way that once a user looks at it, he perceives like that particular place, that particular design made is rough, is having the attributes of that real life object. Why if you touch your screen, you will not see any rough object. But when looking at this picture, you see how rough that picture is looking, and you perceive that okay, this guy is trying to represent this real life experience. You feel like okay, if I touch this, I'll feel that rough feeling. But actually, there's nothing like that. This is just represented by lines and colors, right? I don't know if you get the concept. Are we together? Excellent.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. So moving on, we have the principles of design, like we talked about earlier. The principles of design are guidelines or concepts that artists and designers follow to organize and arrange elements of design effectively. These principles provide a framework for creating aesthetically pleasing and functional compositions. They help ensure that the visual elements work together harmoniously. Here are seven commonly recognized principles of design. So these principles of design, these are the concepts, these are the guidelines that designers follow to organize their elements while designing, right? These are like the rules they set down that designers follow to organize their elements, right? So these like the should I say it's the country Nigeria, I say this is the constitution, this is the constitution in the design. So one element, one principle we have is balance. Balance is a fundamental tool for elevating design. It involves strategically arranging elements based on their visual weight and size. By skillfully combining larger and smaller elements, you can achieve equilibrium in your design, creating a visually pleasing and flowing graphic, right? So when you are designing, you want to make sure that all your elements are balanced. Make sure you achieve balance in your design. So you don't want to have like even when we are writing on a book, right? You see where that margin rule. Now they tell you don't write outside the margin. So if you're designing, you just have to create an imaginary margin and make sure that all your designs fall into that your imaginary margin. Be it you want to use your ruler tool, whatever you want to use to create that margin, right? So when we start designing, you see how to create margins that will help you to balance your elements in your workspace, right? So you make sure that all your elements are balanced. That's one of the principles. He said that thou shall balance thy elements. That's the first commandment. Thou shall balance thy element. The second one is contrast. Contrast is a powerful weapon that every creative should win. It entails using opposing elements to complement each other, such as smooth and rough or black and dark. The key to maximizing contrast is to strike a cohesive balance in the differences. Skillful use of contrast can emphasize specific elements in your design, guiding your audience attention to important aspects. So contrast, right? If you throw away all the elements, don't touch balance, don't touch contrast. In fact, don't break any of the rules yet. Right? Although there are times you will start breaking rules when you've known them, but at this point, abide by the rules. The rule of contrast. Contrast is very simple. It's just that okay, make sure that the two elements you are making use of. Let's say you have a foreground element and you have a background and foreground elements, right? Make sure that your background has is contrasting well with the elements on it. The background element is contrasting well with the elements on it, right? Let's look at this image on the screen now, right? You see this white is contrasting well with this circle on it, and it's contrasting well with that text. While you look at the other one, the black is contrasting well with the yellow and that text on it. So before you choose a color, make sure that you have to ask yourself, will my users see this element and place it on this thing without straining their eyes, right? Will they just pick this in at a glance without straining their eye? Is it easy for them to capture this without stressing themselves? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself. Okay, let's say you have your computer at an arm's length, right? And they are looking at it. Okay, will I actually see this thing and this color I'm trying to use? This happens especially when you are combining two colors. Will they actually see these two things? That's what you always ask yourself. So once they can't see it, that means you should change that color. It's not contrasting well. That's just the basic concept around contrast, right? So knowing our color harmony will help us will help us learn how to select colors that contrast. Now we have emphasis, right? Emphasis highlights certain sections of a design, drawing more attention to them compared to the other elements, right? So if you look at this piece here, you see that first thing your eye falls on is that blade, right? First thing your eye falls on is that blade. The second one is that jam, right? So inside this place, the emphasis is on blade. The blame is just like your focal points. Okay, once you come to this design, first thing I want you to perceive as my viewer is the blame. I want you to see that blame first. Even if the blame is not best on this design, the first thing on this design, if you are reading from top to bottom, the first thing to see there is to get away with the murder, right? That's the first thing normally you should see. But the designer doesn't want you to read that thing first. You see, you design this in a way that your eyes will ignore that first thing that you should see. It should not strike first on this link. Once you come to this, once you pick up this thing, first thing you see is just link. So that is drawing emphasis to your design. So the designer could have just used a normal font to write blame under this ones he has written, right? But that's not what he chose to do since he decided that I want you to see the name of this first. That's why he chose this way to create an emphasis. So he didn't add much thing. There is nothing extra that he added to this place. The only thing he used to draw emphasis is color, size, shape, and that's just it. Everything here is made up of color, size, shape, line, right? He used it to draw his emphasis. So if you look at the other one, you still see the same thing. That's jam. He created the emphasis to jam is not the first on this list. You notice that you see the jam first before even seeing other elements on that work, right? To have movement in design. Movement in design refers to the flow within a composition, utilizing directional flow and visual hierarchy, right? So movement in design is how a designer wants you to consume the informations on the design, wants you to consume the informations on the design, right? This is the first one he wants you to see. This is the second one he wants you to see. And this is the third one he wants you to see.
I can't hear you, sir.
Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah, we can
now.
hear you.
What's the last thing you guys said?
You started with movement.
Oh, I've been talking to myself. Sorry for that. So I said movement in design refers to the flow within the composition, right? Utilizing directional flow and visual hierarchy. You can guide the viewer's eye through the dominant, subdominant, and subdominant elements, subordinate elements. Movement can be enhanced further through animations, dynamic elements, or GIF. So movement is the way the designer wants you to scan through his design, right? Okay, once you come to this design, I want you to first see my header. I want you to first see my body. I want you to first see the contacts, all those type of things, right? This is how the designer structures your eye movement in that design, right? So if you look at this work now, the designer wants you to see that the emphasis he laid on blame, right? The designer wants you to consume that blame first. The next thing the designer wants you to see is to get away with the murder, right? Then the next thing the designer wants you to see is only in cinemas, I guess. Then the designer wants you to see the check. What's that? I'm not saying that well. I guess it's check the classification. Then before you start seeing this, and I don't know what language that is, the text under that get away with the murder. Then the last thing that comes to your notice is those texts at the bottom right, right? This is how the design has structured your eye to move. You can't just ignore it, right? You can't just do it your own way. You must see it the way the designer wants you to see it. Because once you come to this place, the first thing that comes to your notice is the blame. The second thing is to get away. Then you start seeing other elements, right? So that's how movement works. Then there are some sites you come to, right? Then maybe an animation will just walk on the side, will just something will just move on the side that will draw your attention, right? Actually captures the attention to look at that element at that particular point in time. So those fall under movement. Now we have repetition, we have reading, we have unity, and that's it. So repetition involves using repeated patterns or elements in a design to create consistency. So repetition is in design. Let's say you are designing a website, you don't want to use red now. Next time you use green. Next you use blue. No, you just have to keep repeating your elements. If you are using this type of shape, you keep bringing in this type of shape. You are using this type of color. That's how it works, right? You have to make your viewers know that okay, you have to keep them aware of the elements and yeah, the elements you are using throughout your pages. So they don't just find it new or find it confusing, right? So next we have is reading. Reading is essentially repetition in movement, right? Just like repetition that is in movement. It utilizes regular or alternating patterns to enhance emphasis on a subject in the design. By arranging elements to create flow towards the dominant aspect, you can enhance the design's overall visual impact. The visual reading of the pattern is predictable. It often tends to unify and add to your right. Reading gives structure to the experience of looking at an artwork. So an artwork can always be designed. So you have next one we have is unity in the unity is the combination of all elements working together seamlessly to create a cohesive design. When various elements fit together like pieces of a puzzle, the design becomes visually effective. Unity can be achieved through uniform shapes or abstract forms that work harmoniously to convey a unified message. So you can see that unity is bringing together different elements, right? So you can bring together different elements to form an information. Right. An example that is regular that we all know is I don't know if you guys know of Unilever. Unilever has a logo that combines different shapes, right? You look at Unilever logo, they combine different shapes to form that U, right? I guess in many things they don't bring them together to form that U. We have other things that have this type of that follow this type of principle. But I feel that Unilever is something that almost everyone knows about and stuff like that. And maybe how we make use of doodles in websites and stuff like that. Once that design will be seeing these things and we spotting them. You'll be spotting them, right? So after that, elements and principles, next thing I'd like us to look at is sketching. Next thing I'd like us to look at is sketching. So what sketching, we all know what sketching is, right? Sketching is the art of creating a rough or preliminary drawing or design, spelled done with a quick, loose strokes, is a form of visually expressing that visual expression that can be done with various drawing tools such as pencils, pen, or charcoal. Sketching serves multiple purposes and holds different meanings depending on the context. There are some common meanings associated with sketching. So, sketching is like a way of bringing out your raw ideas, be it on a paper or digital medium, right? So, we can sketch on our the software we'll be using for our design. You can sketch on Figma, you can sketch on your pad, you can sketch on other applications, you can equally sketch on your pen with your pencil and paper, right? That is the normal sketching we know. So sketching is just like drawing out your ideas. So when you're sketching, you don't want them to, it's not necessary to look so fine, so composed, so arranged.
Yeah, which day? Saturday day.
Right? So next thing you see that is the benefits of sketching, right? We have for ideation and concept exploration, right? For rapid iteration. So other concept creation. So sketching allows designers to quickly generate and explore various ideas and concepts, like we said, right? It helps you to try out different concepts, try different ideas, and select the one that works, right? It provides a no fidelity medium to visually brainstorm and iterate through different design possibilities without investing too much time or effort, right? So when you're sketching, you don't just give out too much time, you just try out the basic things, right? To make them work. Once it works, that's fine. Then for rapid iteration, when you make mistakes, you can just erase and start up again, right? So these are the benefits of sketching. Like I told you guys that if time permits and which time permits, we'll be looking at our design software, right? To be looking at our design software, which is Figma. I don't know if any of you has a Figma account. Do any of you have a Figma account? Do we?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't.
Okay.
Yes, I have a Figma
Okay. The
account.
first page we visit is figma.com. Figma.com. Right? It looks this way. So Figma.com for first time users, this is how it looks. So I'll just give you space to start up, set up your stuff. Then once you come to this page, you click on get started. Click on get started. Get a first time user. So you click on get started, input your email, input your password, create account, and walk through the process. So I'll give you guys so 15 minutes to create this and we'll come back to our lecture. 15 minutes. I guess that will be enough to create. After 15 minutes, I'll come back and I want to start creating this because I have the accounts already. So just take these 15 minutes, set up your interface, and we'll come back to that. Okay. Around 2:15. Okay. By 2:15, I will pick up the class.
Can we?
So that's cool.
Sorry, can we use our phones or must it be with the laptop?
You must be with a laptop. You can't press Figma with your phone. Figma has an application, Figma Mirror. That one is for phone. Later, I will tell you guys what we use them for, what we use that Figma Mirror for.
I'm not at home now.
So by 2:15, I'll come back and we'll continue from where we stopped. Are we cool?
Yes, sir.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, welcome back, sir.
Are you guys on?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you are having any challenge with setting up, you can always reach out. I'm still here though. Just try you raise your hand or you just drop on the chat and we'll attend to it.
Hello. Hello, Emma. Can someone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I was asking,
Yeah, we
what's
can
the
hear you.
best option for the question, what brings you to Figma today? I've asked it on the chat, but no one is responding.
What brings you to Figma today? What are the options?
It says looking for a new work tool, starting a new job project, setting it up for my team, order. The other two, I think it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I didn't hear you. First one is on.
I said the first two doesn't make sense in this context, but I'm reading out the last four. Starting up a new project, setting it up for my
Yeah, select that
team,
one. Anyone can work.
looking for a new work tool and order.
You can select starting up a new project.
I hope it doesn't make me use
No,
it once.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I think you can even select multiple. Okay. So which one, the free one? Yeah.
I guess we just have a minute to round up. It's almost 2:15 then. We'll continue. Okay, it's 2:15. Please, how many of you have gotten to this screen? Hi guys, are you back? Are you all done with your creating?
Yes, sir.
I guess you can. Okay.
Hello, please. I'm lost. To my connection was not good, so I came back to meet up. I don't know where to catch up again.
Okay, I told us to create a Figma account. So I gave you guys the link to
Yeah,
create Figma account.
I'm just saying it now.
I gave you like 15 minutes or more than 15 minutes to create the Figma account, and that was more than enough to create the account. So
Huh?
if you've not created, just go to figma.com, right? Go to figma.com, then click on get started. Go through the process and it will land you to this screen. You get?
Okay, thank you. I think I've created my own account now.
Okay, you've created your that's cool. So I believe every other person has created the account.
I want to create the map.
Have we? If you are done creating, just indicate so we know to move on. Just drop a reaction so we can move on. Then if you are having any challenge, do well to speak up now too. Okay. Oluwaseyi has done is here with us. Other person. It's only Oluwaseyi that has created his account. Okay, yeah. Sansi, Tayo, Crown. That's cool. That means we are progressing. Okay, Tayo has a question. Yeah, Tayo, let's hear from you. We didn't hear you. What did you say? Tayo, were you asking a question?
No, I'm not asking a question. I'm just saying that I've created a Figma account.
Okay. I saw you raised the hand. That's right. It's all right. So we'll just move on. I believe that everyone has created theirs. And if you've not created yours, just have to do that too while we are moving ahead. So let's just have a quick overview of the project, the software we'll be using, right? I told you guys we'll be making use of Figma. We're making use of Figma. So the difference between a UI UX software and a normal graphic design software, the main difference, I guess, is that prototyping feature, right? So that prototyping feature helps you to have a real world experience of how your product will look like after designing, right? Let's say you design the website, you design the buttons. So in your normal graphic design software like your Photoshop, Corel, and the rest of it, right? You cannot click on buttons
Before I
and
did the loan,
buttons will work.
or you
You cannot click on buttons and buttons will work. But in a UI UX software, you can click on buttons to take you to the desired page you want. You can navigate, you can hover, and the rest of it, right? All those actions you can take in real life on products, be it your website or your application, you can take them here and you see the outcome, you see the results in real time. But it's not really the real product, right? Remember, I told you guys it's the mock-up. So it remains the mock-up. So that is it, right? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're good.
So because once you start designing now,
Lucky.
you start saying that those elements that you have in your graphic design software, you can even see more elements there, more tools there in your design software, be it your Photoshop, your Adobe Illustrator, Corel, and the rest of it. Right? You'll be seeing more elements there than you see here. But I've told you guys the difference. It's possible to actually design in those softwares, then import to Figma, right? That's the story for another day. Though. Just let's stick to Figma and work, right? Just take those ones out from the head yet. So once you come to Figma, you'll see your account. Like this is my own name, you see my account. Then this is where you can add more than one account, right? You can change the theme from dark to light. So for me, I like using the light for the dark mode. Change my theme back to my dark mode. Then your settings, then get the desktop app. If you want to download this, remember we are working from our browser. We did not download anything. We just went to figma.com and we started using Figma, right? So if you want to download the desktop version of Figma, you can click on get desktop app and you download it to your computer. That is you can work with that. You will still need internet connection to connect to sync your work you're doing, right? Because Figma backs up on cloud, so you still need internet connection to sync it. So at the end of the day, you still need to go online. So there is no need downloading it. For me, I don't know if it's all that for me. I don't see need downloading Figma offline. Then we have community profile, have logout, add account to see that, right? So next thing you will see after that is your search. This is where you search for anything, a notification, rest, draft. So okay, Figma draft is like any new design you create, right? That is not on team project, right? Okay, I'll tell you guys the difference between team project and draft. Although you might not really understand it now, but when you start using it, you get it well. So you have team projects in design and you have draft. So any design you create that you are not collaborating with anybody, that you are not creating inside a team. And any design you are creating that it's only your use, you are not collaborating with anybody. You just leave them on draft, right? Like your rough design, as you are learning now, nobody is building, nobody is developing this design you are building, you are making now, right? It's advised to just leave it on draft, right? Because you're not collaborating with anybody. But once you are designing and you want to collaborate with people, be it designers, be it developers, it's advised, not even is advised, you create them on team projects because team projects, more than one person will have access to that design. But while on draft, only one person has access, which is you. You can give out the link for people to view. They can just see it. They can't edit it. So that's the main difference between team project and draft. See draft as whenever you come to this create new, once you create new, it saves on your draft. Just like when you're typing message, you type your message on your phone and maybe power outage or something happens to your phone. That message will be saved to your draft. That means it's not going out. You didn't send it to anybody, right? When you have a project, a design file that you're sharing with one or two people, or three or four, I don't know, more than one person, right? It goes to team projects. You take them on team projects, so you'll be able to share with people. So more than one person will have rights to edit that particular file. That's the difference between a team project file and a draft file in Figma, right? So that's draft. You see that drafts, create new drafts and stuff, all projects. This is where you see all your projects. Currently we are using Figma free plan, right? So Figma has a paid and free plan. There are some features that are available on the paid version of Figma, and they are not available on the free version of Figma. So options like
Excuse
team
me.
projects should be, yeah, okay.
I don't know, is it just me or is there anything moving on the screen? Because I'm just seeing like your that Figma. It doesn't look like the Figma I have. I could see
Which one are you
just
having?
your.
What's your own showing? How is your own?
I can't see. I could see your name where is showing team settings, get desktop app. Well, I don't know. There's nothing like that here on mine. It's just showing a blank white.
Can you share
Um,
your screen? Let's see what you're having. What's your name? Sorry.
Yvonne,
Said what?
I can't do anything. I can't share. I think I was muted.
Oh, give you sharing rights now. I just give you rights so you can share your screen. Let's know what we have. So make sure all of us are on the same track.
I can't share. I can't share.
What's the saying?
I can't share my screen.
What is it saying now? What's the error message?
Only meeting organizers and presenters can share. I just mentioned it. I think I was muted or so.
Okay, let me give you rights. I'm looking for your name. Oh. So try sharing. Let's see.
Sorry, 1 minute. That's my
You've gone
Figma.
into Figma. I've gone into Figma. Click on that Figma sign, Figma logo. Yes, click on there. You go back to files. See that first thing. Back to files.
Okay.
So you've got to
Thank
a
you.
page we are on. Yeah.
All right.
You can stop sharing.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. So moving on. I guess my screen is back. So, like I said, we have drafts and we have projects. So the difference between a paid version and free version, there are some features that are not available for free version of Figma. Example is your team project is limited, right? Your team project is limited to only three. Your team project is limited to only three. You can't have more than three team projects once you're using team a free version of Figma, right? Then when you pay, you have limited to you have access to unlimited version of Figma and the rest of it, right? So you just have to go through the pricing and know how. I guess you saw that when you were creating an account, you see that right. So when you view the plans, look at it, starter, 30 files, limited pages, and one project. Okay, one team project now is crazy. So have access to only one team project now. Oh, go to that later. See. Keep making changes every day. And you see the professional plan, unlimited files, pages, and projects. It's unlimited, and these are the different plans that are available on Figma, right? For us at this point, we are still using our starter plan, right? So we're still using our starter plan. For now, I advise you guys don't exhaust your team project. Yes, don't work anything on the team project. yet because I'll be showing you guys. I'll create a separate account that will use to walk you guys through how team project works. Right. So when we start doing that, we can now collaborate and work on it, right? For now, just everything you're creating should just be on draft. Right? Another powerful tool we have inside Figma is Figma community. Figma community, just like that is like a dictionary of designs, right? Where you come to seek design inspiration, where you come to see designs made by other designers. So when you come to Figma community, you notice that at the bottom left of this page, right? You see Figma community. So you click on it, loads, and come to this. So whatever you are designing and you want to set for inspiration, let's say you're designing a login page, you can just come here and search login page, and search. See different designs of login pages. Different designs of login pages before, right? See this one, see others, see this, all of them will load. Right? All of them will load. And see this one looking cool. See this, all of them. These are login pages. Like anything you are searching for, just believe that it's here. It's not here, I don't know where it is. My login. See landing page to landing page. See landing page. Different types of landing page. Someone is raising his hand. God's God's power.
Yes, sir. Sir, the screen is not showing again. From my end, the screen is not showing. Your screen, I'm not seeing your screen.
Are you guys not? Who can see my screen? Please indicate so I'll continue. Is anyone seeing landing pages?
No, the screen is not showing at all. The screen is not showing.
Okay. I guess I have to restart my sharing. Please, whenever my screen is not showing, just call my attention. I don't just keep talking to myself. If you can see my screen, you tell me. Once it's up, you tell me.
Yes, I can see it now.
You can see it now.
It's up now.
Okay, I said from this page, right? So if you want to go to the explore community, that's the Figma community page, you will see the explore community button, right? At the bottom left, you see explore community button. So once you click on that button, it will take you to this page, the Figma community page. So like I said, Figma community page is where you see different designs made by your fellow designers, right? So you can go there to draw inspiration, you can go there to seek for resources and whatever you want, right? So whatever project you're working on and you feel you need resources or you need aid and stuff like that, you can always go to that Figma community and get resources like right? That's for Figma community. You can equally design and publish to Figma community. So if you look at this right top corner, you see a publish button. So if you click on the publish button, you can publish your own designs to Figma community, right? So you cannot publish designs that are for your clients, right? Someone cannot pay you for design and you want to publish them on Figma community. No, that's not how it works. You can publish self projects like things you just design for yourself can publish them on Figma community for people to use them as resources and inspirations, right? So, like I said, this is a place you get pretty much anything you want, right? Let's say you're designing a sign up page and you want to get inspiration on how to design sign up page. You can see different sign up.
I think the
So you can just search
screen is freezing.
sign sign up and hit enter.
The screen,
You see
you can't
different
see.
types of sign up pages, right? Different types of sign up pages to pop up, and you choose the one you want. Let's say you like this one, this black, and just click on it. Once you click on it, to show you open in Figma, then you click on this, open in Figma. So you guys are seeing it, right?
No.
Yeah.
I keep informing you, the screen is not moving.
The screen is not moving.
That's the same issue I intended to face. That's why I indicated by raising my hand. He's explaining, and it seems he's talking about something visual, but it's not showing up on the screen, even when he's mentioning samples of sign-up pages.
Okay, you guys can see the page now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you click on, once you click on that particular inspiration material we saw, right? That's this one, the sign up, the sign in or sign up page. Then you see open in Figma, right? So you now click on open in Figma. So what it will do is it will now open this inside Figma. To open it inside Figma. So I have more than one account. That's why it's prompting me for me to select the accounts I want to launch this on. You see that? You see that design, right? It's editable now. You can edit it. Yes, this one is not editable. They shared this one as an image. So some of them are shared as image, while some of them are editable. So this is how it works. Then you look at this and maybe it serves as your inspiration to create yours. But the normal way is it should be editable, most of them, while some of them they just share the image to you. And all of them are not free, remember. Some of them are paid. Some of them are, let me check if I will get one that is editable. I'll show you what is meant by that. See that? See, this one is editable, right? You can edit things on the page. This one is editable. Some of them are not free, some of them are paid. See this guy, you can edit it, you can edit this guy. So you can get these resources. Let's say you like this Facebook logo here, you can copy it and reuse your own design, right? That's one of the benefits of things like this. That's one of the benefits of things like this Figma community. It really helps a lot.
Please,
It
can you
really
come back a bit, please?
and what?
I said, can you come back a bit? I don't understand how you get into this place.
Wow. You understood
Sorry,
how we
sir.
got to this place. You know how we got to this place, right?
No,
Yes,
no,
yes.
no.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
now.
After some people are saying, Once you
I
created
can
the
start from
account,
here.
you will land page.
Start from
This is
here,
like
sir.
your file, right? Okay, relax. I'm coming. Once you create your file, your account, this is where you will land on, right? This is the page you will come to. Then, if you want to explore Figma community, you see the button at the bottom left. This is my bottom left, right? You see this place, the road explore community. You can see that on your computer, but
Yes, yes.
so if you click on that explore community, click on it, it will take you to this page, the Figma community page. Take you to
Okay.
Figma community
Okay,
page.
sir.
So I told you guys that this is where you see for resources and inspiration, right? Get both resources and inspiration from Figma community. That's it. See the different resources. So anything you are looking for, you just search for it. You don't want to start scrolling, you just search for the thing you're looking for. Let's say you are looking for um sign up page like we talked about. You can just say sign up. You can equally get a full app that is designed, right? Let's say you want to you're looking for a logistics app. Someone can design a full app and upload on Figma community. You're looking for a logistics app, right? See this one, logistics, all of them are logistics app, ask for logistics company. Then you can just click on one. Let's check this guy out. Then once you click on anyone you like, right?
After searching, so can we
Yes,
edit it? Can we like change in some things?
you can. This question is sounding like you want to steal somebody's design, but no problem. You can edit it. But don't go and steal people's design. Use them as inspiration. So once you search, right, you click anyone you like, you feel like you should check out, you click on it. When you click on it, now you see open in Figma. You click on open in Figma. I have one on Figma account. That's why it's coming from there. Open it in Figma.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you get to this page. Now you get to this page. You see the different pages inside Figma. When we start reviewing Figma itself, we'll get to this. It has different pages. One is cover, and this one is the design. It's like a cover page, and this is the design. So you click on the design page. This is the full logistics app person has built. Let's see the full logistics app the person has built. This is it. Full logistics app. Use video. It's an inspiration. It's like an inspiration. You can resources too. You can get resources from there too. So that is that. That is that. So that's that with community. Go back. Any other thing you want? Maybe you want icons. Icons. Let's say you want icons for your website. Icons. We search for icons. And see different icons, right? One has super icons. The icons that you open in Figma. See those icons that you can use. This app. Open it there.
Your screen is up. Your screen, sir.
Yeah, you run the icon. It's open it up.
You play? If not,
So you see the
is
different
it on
icons.
WhatsApp?
Let's say you want to use this guy, you can just copy this guy out, and it's out, right? So to use this guy, I can bring it here. Yeah, so you can pretty much search for anything on Figma community. If it's available, it will come out and you can make use of them. Like I said, some of them are paid. All the resources you find here is paid, while some are free. Some are editable, while some just like pictures, they share them as images instead of Figma files. So some of them are editable, while some are not editable. That's it. What else should we talk about Figma community? Yeah, I told you you can publish. If you click on this publish, see my look at my the designs I have on my page. I can choose to publish anyone. Let's say I want to publish this guy, I can just click on this guy and publish. Everybody will see it. So these are the jobs. So that's that for now. So we'll go out from Figma community and keep exploring other parts of the community. So this is team projects, right? This is my project that I'm on team projects. Project that I'm on team projects. Hey, so official check something nice. Very nice. For the GLB. So some projects, some jobs are some jobs are bounded by NDAs, right? So those jobs you cannot share them with people. You can't give that to people. So maybe the job is launched, the app is something like this. So now it's a project I'm looking for somebody. So see it so that's most share it with you guys. Apple come bail me out when they love me. Yeah, Victory, you have a question? Victory, raising your hand. You have a question?
Okay, I said the screen was not moving. That's why I raised my hand.
It's moving now, right? I don't know.
Yes. It moved.
Okay.
Okay,
So
why
that's that for this time. Then we have you see the project, right? If you want to create, just open your team project, then create team project. But for now, I told you guys you don't need that. Then you can just switch back to delete any projects you want. No, I don't like, I don't delete it. Rename and stuff like that, duplicate stuff. Then that's going back to draft, create new draft. If you want to start your design, this is where to create new one, right? So you create new. And Figma has other things. Figma has Jamboard, right? So Jamboard is where you get to draw your maybe your sitemap, and stuff like that. Stuff like your sitemap, your value proposition, and other stuff that needs things like charts. Let me just show you what it looks like. Things like example flow, you can use this to draw example diagram. This is things like this, right? So anything that deals with charts, you can use Jamboard to draw them. So that's that. You know, and we need that to come to Jamboard. For now, let's just talk about Figma. Next thing we need is create new. If you want to create new projects, you come to this place at this top right corner, right? You see create new project. Then you click on design file. File, create design file. So to come to this place, they're using white. Your theme is white, it will be white. For me, I like my black theme. I work mostly at night. So it will appear like this. So these are your tools. You've changed the position of Figma tools to the bottom. That's cool. I don't know if your two is still showing at the top. That's making changes on Figma every day. Amazing. So first thing you do once you come to Figma is you look at the tools, right? Different tools and the menu. This is the menu. So if you want to go back to that place to came up from the files, you then click on go back to files. So you see the files, the files, click on the go edit, see view, and that's view. This is where you toggle your ruler on. At this point, you might not understand how everything is going, but when you start using them, that you just get conversant with all these things. That's what you can show or hide UI, right? So there also like objects, text, arrange, vector, plugins. So plugins will be making use of plugins, making use of plugins and stuff. Get the desktop app. You probably see that from here too. So for now, our interest should be on Toby, yeah? You have something to say?
Yes. Can you share the slides in the group chat after the class? Is it possible?
The slides.
Yeah, the slides. The one that
Is it a
contains the
recording on the
lecture.
slide?
Sorry?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So moving on, right? We've seen that the tools. I don't know if we'll be having let's have a separate class on we're having a separate class on Figma, right? Yeah, we'll overview the tools, the resources, and the rest of the bits. But for now, let's just look at few things. See the hand tool for moving around the whole of the interface, see the scale. So once you come to Figma, this full black place, some of you it will be white on your phone because if you're using white thing, white, and this is black, that's why here is black. Let me change the color so you see what I'm talking about. Okay. So you see this white place, this is just like your artboard, right? It's just like your artboard. You know how artists have their drawing, you see it be something like there is like a black and white paper, they pasted it right. That's where they don't keep their paper they are drawing on. So that's how it is, right? This big white place is like your artboard, right? Then the frame now is like what you are drawing on, like that paper you are drawing on. And you probably change the color of the frame so it will be visible enough. So any design you are making, you make them inside this place, this red part, right? So we have what we call frame. The frame is like the device you are designing for, right? The frame is like the device you are designing for. And they are pre-made sizes ready. There is on Figma, while it equally gives you the luxury to customize the sizes, but there are pre-made sizes. Let's say you click on frames, you see the different frames that are available. You see iPhone 14 frame, iPhone 13, iPhone 8, right? Android small, Android large. These are different sizes. So anyone you click on, it will give you the size of that device. To give you the size of that device, right? Let's say we clicked on iPhone 13 and iPhone 14 frame. Let me change the color to something you could see. Let me change it to blue. All right, to see the color of iPhone 13. This is exactly the size of iPhone 13. Exactly the size of iPhone 13. It's 390 by 844. 390 by 844. This is exactly iPhone 13 size, right? This is how it is. So anything you are designing here, you are designing it inside the size of iPhone 13 and 14. I guess you guys are following. This is just like a quick overview of how it works. Let's say you want to design and you write hello here. Hello, if it's your text, Figma made a change on their UI. Everything just looking, it's looking new. So, hello, right, duplicate this. My first Figma design. Really, my first Figma design. So, my first Figma design. Centralize this analysis. So, I'll change the color of this to something else. And this to something else. Yeah, someone has this hand up.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, sir. So please,
Sir? Can I go on?
yeah, go on.
So my question is concerning the UI UX design, sir. So this what you are teaching us now is the user's interface. Concerning the user's experience, is it before the user's interface or how is it done? That's my question, sir.
Okay, we will be combining them, right? We're combining them in the sense that I should just do the UX part first and then start entering the UI. But it's sometimes students find it so boring. They will just be hearing because it's just like theory, the UX, full theory, right? So how we'll be doing it is we'll be combining the part of that will be practicalizing, where we'll be putting things to play, right? We'll be joining two of them so the class doesn't look so boring. Because I know once you start talking about research, conduct research, complete this and this one, everyone will just be like, is this what I just want to start that design, right? So how I just design it is when we start designing at intervals, we switch, we look at the US parts, then combine it to the UI parts, combine it to the US parts, combine it to the UI parts. That's how we're doing it. So everyone's carried along. You don't get feel lost at any point in time. You
Okay,
get?
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I get it now.
Yeah. So this is how the prototype works. Like I told you guys. So this would be the button. Let me create something quick as button. And I'll assign something to that button that whenever you click on it, whenever you click on it, it will take you to this new page. Once you click on this button, take you to this page. See if we can do something like that. you just change their UI, everything is just looking all new. So let's see this is a design. Then whenever I click on this, I want it to take me to this, right? That's what I told you, that this is one of the difference between your regular design softwares and the UI design to the prototype. So once I click on this button, you see that click to take me to this page. You see that?
No, the screen is freezed.
Yeah. So oh, that's a push ago. Crazy. Merci. Allez, hop. Is my screen up? Can you see it now?
No, maybe you should say, wait.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Say they can see it and some people are not seeing it. I don't know if maybe it's from your network. I believe you guys are seeing it now. I have two things on my screen, the hello world page that is blue and the red page. I don't know if you are seeing it. I can see it because indicates so continue.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, so you see that I designed this first page and I made the connection to this second page. Let me delete this connection. Delete this guy. So I connected this page now to this. You see this wire is my electric wire I'm using to do the connection. So whenever I switch on anything comes up here. So that is it. So this is my first page, the second page. Whatever I click, like when I say this, you see this click me button. Once I click on this click me button, it will take me to this page. So that's the main difference between a normal design software and a prototype and a UI UX software, because you have that luxury to prototype on the UI UX design software. So let's play the prototype. Interesting. Let's play it and see how it works. So once you click to play it, right, to open up this that hello world, then click me. See here. You see hello world and you see click me. I seen it, right?
Did you keep quiet?
Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Once you click on this button now, you see that it will take you to this one. So this is just like an example of what we'll be doing as designers. So when you click on buttons, you can do different. When you click on another place, it's telling that this, you are meant to click me. So it's not an overview class. This is just like showing you things that are possible on Figma. So you can import pictures, you can import videos and stuff like that on Figma. When you play them, they will play. So these are the possible. Please mute your mic. It's disturbing our class. These are the things that are possible. Figma and have more pictures. So once that doing Figma itself properly, we will see these things come to play. Right? So we have questions for today. You can raise it while take a bow for today. First, can bring them on. Yeah, someone is using that. That's Victory, your hand is up. You have a question.
Oh.
So I should believe you guys got everything we did today, right? No questions. Okay. We'll meet tomorrow, same time, at 1 o'clock. So 3 o'clock RGB. Meet tomorrow to look at another concept. So bye for now. I will drop this recording class. So you guys, please. People's hands are up. If you have questions, you can raise. Somewhere I can see your hand. Do you have a question?
Sorry, I was not around when.
What of Azubike? So we'll call it a day today. See you guys.